Hi everyone, Greeno here and welcome to another video here on Greeno Eats. Now as you can see I am out and about today. We've come down to Swanage, down on the coast in Dorset. If you're down on the coast by the beach, what do you want? Fish and chips. So we're going to be having a mooch around. Noisy old bus driving by. We're going to try a fish and chip shop that I haven't featured on the channel yet. In fact, it's a chippy I haven't been to for a few years. They do have a restaurant bit where you can sit down and eat inside with views over the bay, but we're just going to get a takeaway today, I think, and sit outside and enjoy it in the fresh air. So, I think first we're probably going to have to nip into the arcade because little 'un has a hankering for emptying my pocket of coins and sticking them all into little machines to win little prizes. And once we've done that, we'll get some fish and chips in us. Let's go. Am I going to be able to get Litland to walk past this with a promise of fish and chips? Even if I do, she's bound to want to come back later. Well, in fact, I'm right down by the seafront here. I'm literally 5 metres away from the sea itself. And there's a couple of chippies basically right next door to each other. One is called the Fish Place, which I've been to before and featured on the channel. It's pretty good. The one next door called the Parade, that's the one with a little restaurant inside. We haven't tried that on the channel yet. I think we'll give that a go today, shall we? Let's go and see what they got. We're outside of the chip shop and I've come over to this park bench. I don't know whether this is some kind of local vagrant or whatever, or just someone chilling out and relaxing by the seaside. What do we reckon?
Second one.
The second one, okay. Right, so I put my order in. No actual fish today. We thought we'd try something different. So we got a jumbo sausage, regular chips, and a pea fritter. A kids chicken nuggets meal or chicken chunks, which comes with a sauce and an apple juice, and a portion of scampi. So that should keep the three of us going, I reckon. Total of £22.40 for that, which isn't too bad for somewhere this close to the seaside. Just to show you how close this place is to the sea, that is the chippy there. And if I spin you around, there's the sea. Right, here we go. We have the scampi here in the bag. This looks like frozen scampi, if I'm honest. 10 pieces are there, £7.20. We'll reserve judgment on that for a little bit. In this bag we have the mushy pea fritter, jumbo sausage and chips. Little 'un asked for a jumbo sausage with no batter on it today because she's had a couple of teeth come out. So she doesn't want to injure her gaps in her teeth with battered stuff. We have a kids meal here, chicken chunks and chips as requested by Mrs. Greeno. Little 'un is getting stuck in. Oh my goodness me, what a large jumbo sausage that is. Could be pretty hot, so you got to go careful.
It's good.
You like that, do you? Just a normal chip shop sausage, I suppose. Bit of salt on there.
Yeah.
Did Mummy put vinegar on top of the sausage as well?
No.
No, so just salt on there. And you're just going to eat it like that, are you? Fair enough. My turn to tuck into something, so we're going to try the chips first. They don't look too bad. Not the crispiest on the outside, but okay. Nice and soft inside, cooked through properly. Mrs. Greeno has put a healthy amount of salt on there. Some vinegar, not enough, she doesn't like vinegar, so we'll forgive her for that. But the chips are actually okay. Little bits of crisp on the corners and stuff, not so much along the length of the chip. They're actually not bad. Happy enough with them. Now I'm going to pinch one of Mrs. Greeno's chicken chunks, just have a little bite of it. These actually look a step up from your average kind of chicken nugget. Nicely battered there. And it looks like a whole chunk of chicken breast inside. It is. You can see that? The coating's got quite a nice seasoning on it actually. Not like a sort of KFC herbs and spices kind of thing, but a little bit. Makes it a bit better than just your average batter. So that's good. Back in for another chip. Very nice. Now, this is one of my favourite things you can get in a chip shop. A mushy pea fritter. And from what I understand, this is not something you get all around the country. I assumed it would be because you get mushy peas everywhere. But the mushy pea fritter, I think, is more of a southern thing. So basically what you get is you get some mushy peas, put them in the fridge so they go a bit hard, mould them into a ball, and then fry them in batter. I mean, what's not to like about that? It's got to be healthy. It's got peas in, right? You can see the consistency there. It's a lot more solid than mushy peas would be if you had them in a little tub to dip into. I don't know how that's achieved. But the flavour of it is really good. I like these mushy peas. Although they've been quite well mashed, there are still almost whole peas in there as well. So it gives it a little bit more texture. That's really rather good. Last up we have scampi. Now, as I said, I think these are just frozen scampi out of a bag. Whole tail. It says on the menu there, whole tail anyway. But I don't know whether they're just ones like you'd get in your local supermarket in the freezer section. Anyway, let's give them a try on their own. I have got some tartar sauce to try with it as well. Pretty bland, to be honest. If you take a look inside there, it might be whole tail, but it's not very much tail. And there's not a huge amount of flavour. I'm getting that fried breadcrumb flavour, but not much kind of scampi prawn flavour in there at all. Let's see if I can find where the tartar sauce is and get that open. And we'll try one with a bit of that on the top. See if that improves it at all. There we go, very artistically done, I'm sure you'll agree. There's seagulls around, they're coming for me. Protect the food, little un, protect the food. So let's try this with the tartar sauce on the top, see how that is. It's an improvement, but it's still pretty bland. Definitely the most disappointing thing in this meal for sure, and the most expensive. Little Un's going in for the chips now. We are really having to be on guard because there are seagulls absolutely everywhere. They look like they're set to dive bomb at any second. So I'm having to guard the bits that aren't being eaten by Little Un right now. So talk to me about the chips then, Little Un.
They're good.
Your reviews are not very extensive, are they? They are very short, succinct and to the point. The chips are good. No further comment?
Not really.
Not really, okay. As you can see, as we're getting towards the bottom of the bag of chips here, there's quite a lot of scraggly little ones in there, which are not my favourite. I like the big fat chips. Little Un seems to be making our way through them now. Okay, so the three of us are pretty much finished now. We've had our fill. I don't think any of us are hungry anymore. although Mrs. Greeno is making noises about ice cream already. But, yeah, let's get somewhere with a little bit nicer background. We're heading down by the seaside and I'll give you my thoughts on what we've had. Right then, so what do we make of that overall? It was okay. The pea fritter I really liked. Nice mushy peas in that batter, flavoured a little bit with mint, which I really liked. Mrs. Greeno and Little weren't so keen on the mint flavour in there, but I thought that was decent. The chicken chunks, again, I mean, they're just frozen ones out of a bag, I'm sure, but the coating on there had a little bit of seasoning and was pretty good. The sausage, Little said it was good. Me and Mrs. Greeno didn't get anywhere near it. It was like hoovered down in no time at all. Absolutely frightening to watch. The chips, not bad. The ones that I like anyway, the sort of bigger, chunkier, fatter ones, were really quite nice. The little scraggly ones, not so much. A few burnt ones in there. And, you know, yeah, they were just okay, the chips, if I'm honest. The scampi, that was by far the biggest disappointment of the whole lot. Just out of a frozen bag, no real flavour to them at all. You couldn't discern that there was a prawn or scampi or whatever inside it. It was just a very, very mild fishy taste, quite watery inside. They were crispy, which I guess you want from scampi. There was no seasoning to them and very little flavour overall. And I'd say £7.20 for a portion of 10 of them. Absolute waste of money, waste of time. I should have remembered from when my pal Gary went to Rick Stein's and got scampi down there. He said that was absolutely dreadful out of a frozen bag. I'm going to agree with him in this case here at the Parade Fish Bar in Swanage. Do not order the scampi, it is rubbish. So that is going to be it from us down here in Swanage today. Overall, I think I'm going to rank this as the least favourite of the chippies we've been to here in Swanage. The fish place just next door to it is always good. Right on the beach, which I did recently, which is Mrs. Greeno's favourite, I think beats the pair of them, to be honest. It's really good. This, yeah, it's an okay chippy. £22.40 to feed the three of us, perfectly adequately. I don't think it's unfair price-wise, but like I said, don't get the scampi. Absolute rubbish. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me, it does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you like what you've seen, want to consider clicking the subscribe button, ding your little bell for notifications, and you won't miss anything that comes up on the channel. Right, time to get into the arcade and waste some money. Catch you on the next one.